This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sophia Yvette.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a leadership consultant? Well, one may be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Miss Jackie Robinson with SheBOSS Unlimited. Now, Miss Jackie, it is great to have you on today, and we are so excited to learn all about you and your business. Please start off by telling our listeners just a little bit more about your company.
Yeah, sure. SheBOSS Unlimited is a company that was created to provide leadership development guidance, advice, and consulting to career-driven women who aspire to leadership or who are already in leadership and want to excel and to move forward in their career. I also work with ambitious career women who are trying to make sure that they are aligned in the work that they do in their business and all of the things that go along with that.
Wonderful. Now, how did you originally get into this business?
It came from a lack. Something that I lacked when I was in a corporate setting, kind of earlier in my career. I didn't have all the resources and support that I saw some of my counterparts have as far as having mentors and sponsors or people who would, mention my name in rooms where opportunities were being discussed. And so I wanted to be able to provide the insight, the support, and the empowerment to other women who may be in situations like that where they don't have the support that they need, but they know what they need to do in order to develop and build their careers themselves.
Wow, Miss Jackie, I really love that you had emphasized off of empowerment. Now, let's get into what is that most common misconception in your industry today. Let's talk about empowerment for a second when it comes to empowering women.
Well, the misconception is, especially when it comes to women's empowerment, is that, women just don't get along. Women just don't get along. You are just spinning your wheels. It's not. That's a misconception because there are a lot of women who really do support other women and the advancement of other women. There are obstacles there, of course, and challenges, just like with anything else. But with women's empowerment, it does make a difference. It's not just a frivolous act. If you are connected and aligned with the right type of women's empowerment, people who do things like I do, or initiatives or things like that. So it's all about alignment, being aligned with the right type of empowerment resources.
Yes, and I love that. Now, let's switch gears. Let's talk about growth for a second. We know marketing is the heart of every business. So today, who is your ideal target audience? What age ranges do you look to help? And how are you staying attractive to them?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, my ideal client would be the career-driven woman, a woman who is very, very goal-driven, who is ambitious, really wants to grow in her career or her business. And she is willing to make the commitment that she needs to make in order to be able to be successful. And so I would say that these will be women who may already have maybe at least 5 years of experience, because some of them are just in the space in their careers where they are aspiring to leadership. And then that goes all the way up to women who may have been in their careers for 10 or 15 years. They may want a career change. They may want to transition out of corporate environment and go into entrepreneurship, or they want to be what I call a corpreneur. They love their corporate jobs, but they also have a passion or something that they want to be able to fulfill by doing some work on their own. I don't like to call them side hustles because they are real jobs and real businesses that these women run, even though they may have a corporate job as well.
So, Miss Jackie, how are you reaching these women?
I have a lot of avenues. I am very active on social media. I am a part of a lot of organizations that allow me to connect with women who fit the criteria of what my ideal client will be. I'm a part of a lot of different associations through my events that I host that attract women who fall into those categories as well.
Now, in terms of expanding what you're already doing, have you ever thought about having your own podcast for your business?
Well, I kind of dibbled and dabbled a little bit. Probably back in 2018, it was more of like an internet radio talk show type of situation. But yes, of course, I have always wanted to be able to expand my exposure and visibility. And I know that when it comes to marketing and promotions, you have to kind of be diverse. You can't just put all your eggs in one basket. You got to be able to expand your reach. And I know that, podcasting is one of the ways that you could do that. So, of course, it's a consideration. I did something like that similar before.
Now, switching back to your business. Now, please tell our listeners the number one takeaway you would like them to really gather about SheBOSS Unlimited.
SheBOSS Unlimited is a company that is dedicated and committed to the advancement and well-being of women. So although the primary focus is on developing professional leadership skills, empowering women, giving them the tools that they need to be successful in their careers or their business, or making connections with other like-minded women where we can form collaboration, it really is a holistic approach. For advancing women, we like to make sure that we are committed to the message of equal opportunities for women and all of those types of things. So it is a holistic approach, really thinking about the whole woman when SheBOSS Unlimited, where SheBOSS Unlimited is concerned.
Final question, Miss Jackie. Where can our listeners go to learn more about SheBOSS Unlimited?
They can go to my website, www.shebossunlimited.com. They can follow me at SheBOSS Unlimited on LinkedIn. They can go to my Facebook page, SheBOSS Unlimited. So SheBOSS Unlimited on all social media platforms.
Well, Miss Jackie, I really appreciate you being on the show today, and we wish you and your business the best moving forward.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfrisco.com. That's gnpfrisco.com. Or call 469-221-9345.